Hello, fam, and welcome to July 2024. I know it's been a while, so if you have stuck with me, thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. But if you're new here, welcome. In this video, I'm going to be going through my July 2024 Notion setup. I'm going to share with you what's new, a few new updates, and what I'm currently working on to see if it'll work for me within Notion. So if you are new here, hi, my name is Kissa. I'm an entrepreneur, wife, and mom of two that's just trying to keep all the crazy in order. I own a business called Co-Creative Cartel LLC that represents two brands, Ninong's Dessert Lab and Charlie Izakuya. We're a family-owned business and we sell Filipino-American inspired products. So enough with the introductions. Let's jump into my Notion setup. All right, y'all. So first things first, let's jump in to one of the things I get asked about the most on Instagram, which is how do I like Notion calendar? And to tell you the truth, there are things that I like. There are things that I definitely think are missing that need improvement, but I know this is just the beginning. I see a lot of potential. I wish I could go all in and recommend it and say, yes, I love it, but I don't quite yet, if I'm going to be completely honest with you. But the question is, am I using it? And the answer is yes. So, like I said, I'm trying it out. I have my family calendar on here. I have my work calendar on here. And the way I have it set up is I'm just showing my projects for now. And I will usually have a document that's linked up with my Google Calendar. So all of the things that are in this teal color out are Google Calendar items. And then what I'll usually do is I'll add a Notion page to it. So for example, I'm going to call this Cars and Coffee, and then it's going to be in, and then I'll create. So now my Google Calendar has a Notion page assigned to that particular event. So one of the things that I use it for mainly is a scheduler. I used to use Calendly. I was trying to transfer onto Notion, and it has its pros and cons. The one thing that I do not like about Notion is it doesn't have a static link, an availability link that I can just put in the signature of my email. That link that I'm sending is always changing. What I did try to do is set my availability for the month. And I would try and use that one link for the entire month. And then if someone booked or booked through that link, all of the availability would go away. So I didn't love that. I really wish that Notion Calendar would create a static link that I can share, and then on top of that, be able to say every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I'm available from this time to this time. And every Tuesday, Thursday, I'm available from this time to this time. But it doesn't have that functionality just yet. So I'm kind of bouncing back and forth. I'm using my availability on Notion, but I'm also using my availability calendar through Google Calendar. And I'm trying to weigh out the options and see which one I like better. I'll definitely keep you guys updated and let you know. The main thing that I do say that I like about Notion Calendar is I can link my project pages to date-driven events. Just like I did with the Cars and Coffee event that we have going on this Sunday, I can create a page that's going to organize all of our thoughts. Our template will be input for our pop-up template, and it's really easy to toggle back and forth between the two. Now, I do wish that there was more integration within the Notion app itself to Notion Calendar. As a person that already has a workflow and a setup within the Notion app itself, plugging this in isn't as seamless as I hoped it would be. So at this time, July 2024, do I recommend Notion Calendar? Not quite yet. Yes and no, but not quite yet. I see the potential, and I can see it being very close to the basic needs of what I personally need, but it's not quite there yet. Now, let's jump into the updates I have on my templates. So there are a lot of templates that I build within Notion. The Notion app itself has a few template updates that I'd love to share with you. One of them being our travel planner. So this travel planner is a template that I personally just picked up from Notion's template gallery. It was a free template. And one thing I did notice was my packing list. So if you look into my packing list right now, you'll see that Micah and Jelly's checklists are very outdated. For example, Micah no longer needs diapers. Woohoo! He's fully potty trained. So there's no need for him to have any diapers in his luggage. Another thing that I noticed as well is teething crackers is not needed. Solids is not needed. Breast milk is not needed within Jelly's packing list anymore. So these are things that I will go into my list just like I am now and just update it as a template. That way, when this populates for the next time we take a trip, it's already ready for me to go. I usually will check on this every 6 months at the very least, or every quarter to make sure that it's still relevant. So that's done. And then another template that I have kind of updated and would love to share with you guys is my daily journal. So in my daily journal, I now have 2 separate templates. The first template I'm going to share is my work day. So this is, if you have been following me or if you want to check out my daily journal setup, you can definitely check that out on my YouTube channel. But this is the one that is on my YouTube channel. It's work related and it has these properties ready for me to go. But the other template that I have now is a day off template. So if it's a Saturday or a Sunday and I'm not working, I'll open this up for you guys. This is my day off template. So the main difference is I do not have a to-do list. Instead, I gave myself a note and I said, take a break, look at everything you've done this week. So instead of having a long laundry list of things that I need to do, it's showing me what I actually got done throughout the week, just so I can give myself a little bit of love, because I definitely do not do that enough. And then if I do want to be productive on a day off, I can, but I'm not putting any pressure on myself to do that if I don't want to and I need to rest and recharge. So those are the main things that I have as far as template updates go. Now, if I can share with you some updates on my weekly agenda. So once again, if you are on my YouTube channel, go check out my walkthrough of how I built out my weekly agenda. But one thing that I updated is this top portion right here. So if you can see, I have a sticky note area. This is kind of like my virtual post-it. It's where I just have a placeholder for, those random, amazing, genius thoughts that you have maybe while you're driving or when you are out and about and you're not in front of your computer. This is that area where you can jot those thoughts down. That way you just have it somewhere. It can leave your brain and you have it somewhere so you can reference to it when you get back to your computer. So I have a sticky note area. I also have an affirmation area, which I've always had, but what I'm going to do with my affirmation area now is I'm going to keep the same affirmation for at least a quarter. So this particular quarter, for quarter 3 of 2024, my affirmation is I am capable to lead from a place of love, abundance, and gratitude. Next thing is my intention for the entire week. So this will show up blank every single week. And I'm going to ask myself, this week, I want to feel ... This week, I will care for myself by, and then this week, I will connect with who. So that is my intention for the week. And then I also have a bucket list. What do I want to do this week? Maybe go to the beach, go on a new adventure, do one backyard renovation, maybe something that will make me feel like I did something exciting, something new, something productive. That's going to be on my bucket list. So we did go on a new adventure today. So I'm going to check that off. So that's the new top portion of my weekly agenda. And then another quick little update that I did create, my project section of my weekly agenda, I also have a calendar view. So if I need to see things the way I would see it in Notion calendar, I have the option of just clicking and it will toggle from the Notion app to Notion calendar. I just wanted to have an easy place where I can jump back and forth if need be. But I still prefer my active gallery. It just visually makes a lot of sense for me. I usually have a lot of things that I'm juggling at one time, so this seems to work really well. Now, let's move on to goals. So in my Kissa HQ, you guys have seen this if you have been on my YouTube channel before, but I've created an HQ where my goals are in the very center. I have my word for the year, I have my goals, and I also have my goal setting template page right here. So if you're interested in this goal setting template page, I'll link it down below. It's a template that you can personally use and import straight into Notion and just start using right away. But this has been completely filled out for 2024. And when I go into my forecasting page, you will see that my goals for the year are here. My goals for the quarter have been filled out for the month of July, or actually not the month of July, the quarter for quarter 3. So July, August, and September. And then also on a monthly basis, what I'm going to do out of these goals for the quarter for this particular month. So one of them is sell clutter. That will help improve my indoor environment. Clean master bedroom, that is also going to help with my indoor environment. And then my content calendar, which will help grow my personal brand. So that has all been set. And as you can see, this helps me to set goals, not in the dark. I come back here, I'm able to see the goals and intentions that I set at the very beginning of the year, and it helps me break it down into quarterly and monthly goals so that I can keep these things in mind when I'm working on my weekly agenda. So a few other updates that I wanted to share. Let me stop sharing here for now. So a few other things that I wanted to share is, one, I'm going to be starting to create somewhat of a new system, and that's going to be doing part Notion planning for my life and business, and then partially in GoodNotes. There's just something that is really important to me as far as my productivity goes about the act of actually writing something down. So whether it's on paper or using my Apple Pencil on my iPad, there's just something about it that helps me really sink into the concept of what I'm trying to do and wrapping my head around it. So one of the things, for example, that I'm going to be using GoodNotes for is for budgeting. I want to create a budget planner within Notion, but to be able to wrap my head around the idea of budgeting and how it would work for me, for our family, and how I would potentially set it up in Notion, I feel like I just need to write it all down, figure it all out first, implement it a little bit, and then turn it into a template in the future. So that's what I'm going to be doing for a couple of things. As I mentioned, my budget. I'm also going to be using a blend of GoodNotes and Notion for food planning and meal planning for our family, mainly because I'm really bad at thinking about what to eat for myself and for my husband, but I'm really good about thinking about it for my kids. A good example is we went to the park today and Charlie and we packed the kids snacks, we packed them water, we gave them salty options, sweet options that they could eat and enjoy while we were out. But Charlie and I didn't pack anything for ourselves. And by the time we got home, we were starving and couldn't figure out what we were going to eat. So I want to be able to plan it a little better so that I'm thinking not just about the kids, but for me and for Charlie as well. And then another thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be navigating through my content calendar, because when it comes to content, I always drop the ball, and I love making content for you guys. It's just been really difficult because, life, having kids, trying to run a business and make content has just not been easy. I definitely don't have balance in that regard. And sometimes when I'm just trying to decide, do I want to work or do I want to take a rest? I pick taking a rest. So I want to create a content calendar to just really strategize a little bit better, sort through figuring out the best times for me to do that, what kind of content I'm going to put out there, just so that I can make sure that it's good quality content for you guys and it's something that you'll either learn from or just enjoy. So the plan is to create every odd week, say first and third week of the month, it's going to be tutorial based, Notion based, information based. So this plan with me will count as a informational video. And then every even week, second and fourth, will be lifestyle. So you guys can see the blend of how my productivity impacts my life. So chances are every second and fourth week will be some kind of lifestyle content, more than likely a vlog. So I'm really excited to have some kind of plan. I am learning how to batch content so that it's ready for you. And I think I'm going to be posting my videos every Sunday. Like this plan with me, for example, or my walkthrough of my Notion setup is going to be posted on Sunday. That way, if you plan your days, your upcoming week on a Sunday, or if you do it on Monday morning, I'm here for you if you just need someone to plan with and have a companion to do it with. Well, that's all for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I so appreciate you. If you're a mom, a parent, an entrepreneur that just wants to get their life a little bit more in order, then definitely subscribe. If you want to connect on Instagram, you can follow me at The Notion Mama. I'll put all the information down below. And until the next video, have a good one. Bye, guys.